Episode 33. Let's go.
We don't know who's going to win. You could flip a coin with a margin of error, plus or minus Joe Biden's ability to shut the fuck up. The Trump bros at the rally were not Nazis. They're nothing like Hitler. For one thing, Hitler had a girlfriend. And he told a really demeaning joke about Puerto Rico, said there's a floating some garbage in the ocean, it's called Puerto Rico. Didn't even go over with the Trump crowd. They said, we didn't come here to hear vicious remarks from an insult comic. That joke infuriated millions of Puerto Ricans, and that was just in the Bronx. Oh no, Bad Bunny is now Mad Bunny. He's
Mad Bunny.
So this is where Joe Biden comes in.
Somebody said that it looks like Biden is really mad that they kicked him out. So he's intentionally sabotaging the Kamala presidential run. And it looks that way, man.
In fairness, he was on a video call and he thought he was just yelling at the TV. Get it? Biden called him garbage and then he got in a truck of garbage. And today Biden said, geez, I wish I'd called him a piece of shit. All right, we got a great show. What are you going to actually do? I mean, are we just going to knit pussy hats? You know? And it reminds me of the first time when I kept saying to Democrats, you know, he's not going to leave. And they would laugh and say, I smoke too much pot. And then, what are you actually going to do?
I'm going to wake up and I'm going to go to work. I'm not going anywhere. Joe Biden beat him by 7.5 million votes, 306 to 232. And the vast majority of the people in America reject fascism, authoritarianism, and racism and want to get back to what the real American story is. And I'm not going anywhere.
There you go.
How about it's time we start electing the president the way we elect governors and senators and representatives and mayors? Whoever gets the most votes wins.
Yeah, please.
I mean, Trump used to denounce the Electoral College. He said it made us the laughingstock of the world. Then, after the 2016 election, he discovered some heretofore mysterious virtues to the Electoral College.
We know one
Of
thing.
course.
On Tuesday, it'll either be the most beautiful election ever or completely rigged. I mean,
Joe Biden, because he said there were semi-fascist currents running through the Republican Party, but I'm sorry, if the shoe semi-fits, you semi-wear it. And that's what they thought. Why don't we just have an election? You know, and count the votes.
Yeah, man,
so
come
the
on.
Electoral College.
But yeah, I mean, when you talk to Trump voters, and I've spent far too much time of my life doing so, is that the assumption is that the media hates you. I talked to a comic about this the other day, and he said that, you know, the problem with this was the joke wasn't funny. It's
It
like
wasn't
it just
funny.
a good joke. It does nothing to further. I don't know.
It
why
really
he was
wasn't
there.
funny,
He didn't do a
man.
good job. And as
I like any kind of comedy as long as it's really funny. It wasn't clever. It just wasn't funny, man. Even the crowd, most of them didn't like it. It was like, whoa, what was that?
And then Donald Trump talk, we wouldn't be doing this. They didn't have to have a whole lineup of deplorable weirdo freak circus people before him.
I can insult you. I can make you my bitch with words. That's just who we are as a culture.
And we made this mistake for a very long time in assuming there was something called Hispanic, that everybody who was Hispanic was the same, right?
So silly.
And there's Cubans, and there's Venezuelans,
Yeah.
and there's Nicaraguans. And
November is No Nut November.
what's it?
Very important.
And I guess don't masturbate for a month. Who comes up with this? It's not the man.
Not the man.
West Virginia, about participating in euthanasia. I can understand why that's popular in West Virginia. No. L.A., right here, is proposing Prop 45, which states no two actors playing family members can be of the same race. That's... I had Megyn Kelly on last week, and then I had Ben Shapiro on my podcast, and they're both extremely bright people. I don't think anyone would deny
Yeah.
that. Both of them have this idea. Ben said it like, he says a lot of shit. Mm-hmm. But Ben said, like, that's what will be on his tombstone. He said a lot of shit.
Yeah.
Well,
In supporting Trump, the Wall Street Journal's editorial position is he's too stupid to coup, so we're going to roll with it.
Right.
The Washington Post. Their saying was democracy dies in darkness. What's their saying now?
Why are
Democracy
newspapers
dies, it's
even
fine.
endorsing anybody?
I mean, you can't have it both ways. You can't live under this banner every day you put out the paper. Time for new rules. Ready for
New rule, new rule.
The orca whale that pooped in its tank at SeaWorld San Antonio and then splashed the dirty poop water doesn't need to apologize. He did it on purpose, and I love it. and don't say the audience members were in the wrong place at the wrong time. They're in the wrong place. He's a whale in San Antonio. New rule now that 49er Nick Bosa interrupted his teammate's interview so he could display his MAGA hat on national television. Laura Ingraham has to explain why she didn't tell him to just shut up and play. Told Kevin Durant to shut up and dribble. Colin Kaepernick needed to go away. But why did these three athletes all have to shut up, but this athlete gets to, oh, never mind, I get it now.
Yep.
New rule, instead of giving oral contraceptive pills names like Nikki, Portia, and Yasmin,
Stripper names.
name them after the guys you definitely don't want to have a baby with. Name them Brad, Greg, and Darnell.
Darnell.
Undecided voters, those curious few bisexuals of the political world.
The camera went to him.
I call them the Christmas Eve shoppers of politics. Much like Trump's girlfriends, those things never came.
Oh.
Now you have millions and millions of dead people, and you have people dying financially because they can't buy bacon, they can't buy food, they can't buy groceries.
That's right. In this reality, if you don't get bacon, you'll die. Which is also what my dog thinks. But who brought inflation down further and faster than any other country? The United States, bitches. Do I wish she came up with a better reason to be president than I'm not Trump? Yeah, it would have been very helpful. But let's not forget, I'm not Trump is still a really great reason.
Oh, yeah. All right. Catch you on the next one.